Hi, I'm Rob with Hayneedle. This is a short video on the assembly of the Hampton TV stand. The estimated time on this assembly is around an hour, and the tools you will need are an Allen wrench, which is provided, and a flat and Phillips head screwdriver, which are not provided. Start by opening your box and removing its contents. Locate your instructions. Inside you'll find a parts and hardware list. Take a brief inventory to make sure you have all the pieces needed for this assembly. Our first step is to pre-assemble our pieces G and H. To do this, we'll be using 4 of our pins labeled as 1 and 4 of our dowel rods labeled as 2. Place 1 dowel rod in each of the inside holes on each piece. Then screw in 2 pegs to the outside holes. Our next step is to attach our pieces G and H to our piece I. But first, take 4 of your cam locks labeled as 3 and place 1 in each hole, making sure the plus and minus side is pointing towards the open of the hole. Once you have all 4 in place, take first your side H, lift up and place your pegs and dowel rods into the holes in the side. Using either a Phillips head or flathead screwdriver, tighten your cam locks to the right. We'll now pre-assemble our piece B. To do this, we'll be using 8 of our pins labeled 1, 8 of our dowel rods labeled 2. Take 1 of your dowel rods and place it into each of the 4 inner holes on the right side of B. Then on the 4 outside holes of B, tighten 1 pin into each hole. Once you've done this, repeat this for the opposite side of B. Now we'll attach our piece D. To do so, take 2 of your cam locks labeled 3 and place into the bottom holes of D. Then place on the pegs and dowel rods on the side of B. Once in place, using again your Phillips or flathead screwdriver, tighten into place. After you tighten both to the right, repeat this step for your piece C on the opposite side. Now with your piece G, H, and I, take your 4 remaining cam locks and place 1 into each hole in the bottom and place on the pegs and dowel rods on your pre-assembled piece B. Using your flathead screwdriver, again, turn to the right to tighten. Using your 4 lock nuts labeled 8, we'll place 1 into the top holes of D and also the top holes of C. Using 8 of our dowel rods, we'll now place 2 on each individual piece on the inside holes. Our next step is to attach the bottom, which will be at the top for now, piece A. Place piece A over the dowel rods. Now, using our bolt labeled as 4, our lock washer labeled as 5, and our flat washer labeled as 6, we'll place 2 into each of our ends and tighten into place using our Allen wrench provided. Repeat this step for the opposite side. Now take your screw labeled 15 and using a Phillips head screwdriver, place 1 into each of the 4 holes in the middle of A and tighten securely into place. Now we take our legs labeled as 16 and in each of the outside holes that have threads, we'll screw into place. There'll be 6 altogether. So you don't injure yourself or damage your product, you should get someone's help to now turn it over onto its legs. Using our screws labeled 10 and a Phillips head screwdriver, we'll now be attaching our door labeled as E. Line the holes up of the hinges with the pre-drilled holes inside the stand. Tighten 3 of your screws into place using your Phillips head screwdriver. Once you have all 6 of your screws tightened down, repeat this step with your second door. Now take your shelf holders labeled as 14 and place one into each of the 4 holes in your desired height in the middle of your stand. Also in one of the doors of your stand. These are for your shelf labeled K and your shelf labeled J. We'll now attach our handle. Start by taking your bolt labeled 11, place on your Phillips head screwdriver, and from the inside of your door, hold tight and take your knob, piece 12, and turn until tight. Repeat this step for your second door. Now, using all of our screws labeled as 13, we'll attach our pieces P, Q, and R to the back of our TV stand. Notice the groove in each Q, P, and R. Place the grooves together and line up into the grooves of the back of your TV stand. Place a screw into each hole, down the middle, across the bottom, and across the top, and using a Phillips head screwdriver, tighten into place. Using 8 of our dowel rods, we'll now put together our drawer. We'll be using our pieces M, N, L, and O. In the grooves of each of your pieces, place O. Then when placing on your sides M, take 2 of your dowel rods and place in the inner holes, then place inside of M. Now take 8 of your screws labeled as 9 and a Phillips head screwdriver and place 4 on each side and tighten into place. Now that our drawer is completely together, we'll attach our knob, pieces 11 and 12. The same way we did on our doors, just turn until completely tightened. All that's left to do is insert your drawer, and you have your finished TV stand.